Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We are approaching Parshat Ba'alotcha in Israel and Parshat Naso in Chutz La'aretz, and I wish to share something which connects both Parshot together. I think is very relevant in light of what we have seen this week, especially in America. The Parshat Ba'alotcha begins with lighting the menorah, the commandment that Aaron is supposed to fulfill every single day. And the Torah says, "Vayas ken Aaron," that Aaron followed the commandment of Hashem. There is a very famous Rashi, and Rashi is basing his commentary on the Midrash. And Rashi says, "Lehagit shivcho shelo shina." The Torah is praising Aaron that he followed exactly the commandment of Hashem. Everybody is asking, what is a praise? Could we expect something else from Aaron? Obviously, if Hashem is giving him a commandment, especially as a very simple commandment to light the menorah, Aaron should follow the words of Hashem. What's the meaning of Lagit Shivcho Shelo Shina? That Aaron, that was a praise that he didn't change. So let's go back to Parshat Naso. Parshat Naso is the longest parsha in the Torah, 176 psukim, which, by the way, like the same number of psukim of the longest perk of Tehillim, Kuf Yutet, 119, and the longest Masechet in the Gemara, Masechet Baba Batra. Guess what? 176 pages. But it seems as if the Parshat Naso is the longest parsha because of one single reason. Because that there are repetitions. The ending of the parsha is the korbanot, the offerings of the Nisim, the princes of the tribes. Each one of them was giving exactly the same offering, exactly the same korban, and the Torah repeats again and again and again. The only thing which is changing in the text is the name of the prince, the name of the Nasi. All the rest is similar, and if that's not enough, the Torah is summarizing everything they brought together as if we cannot make the calculation. Why? We know that usually the Torah is saving words. Why here? The Torah is wasting so many words on something which apparently is unnecessary. Very simple. It appears in the Ramban based on the Midrash. Each one of them was giving a korban. Technically, it was the same offering, but in essence, it was something very different. Because let's understand what's the concept of Sefer Ba'Midbar. Sefer Ba'Midbar begins with the counting. We have many counting. It's called numbers, misparim. We are counting the people. There's something dangerous in counting people, because when you count people, people become statistics. They become numbers. That's why there's prohibition to count people. Our worst enemies fought against us by making us numbers. When the Torah is speaking about counting, the Torah is using very special language, expressions. The Torah says, Naso. Naso is uplift. Se'u et rosh bnei Israel. Uplift. It's supposed to be a different counting, to uplift the people. Lemispar shemot tifkedu otam. We're not just counting numbers, it's not statistics. Lemispar shemot. Every person has a name. A name is a role, is an identity, is personality. People are different. They have different names. And the Torah says, tifkedu otam. In Hebrew, you can use three words to describe counting. Lispo comes from mispar. Limnot comes from minyan. But the Torah is using a special one. Tifkedu otam. Lifkod comes from like Vashem pagad et tzara, to remember, to remind, or even tafkid, role. What's your role? Each and every individual has a different role. In Sefer Ba'Midbar, we build a nation. How do you build a nation? You have so many different people, so many different sects and segments and colors. You have different tribes. Each tribe has a different flag. Each flag has a different color, but they are all getting together. We are giving each tribe their ability to express themselves, to be themselves. We are not trying to make everyone the same, because that's dangerous. People have different names, tribes have different names. But we try to create a framework in which we can work together as a nation. This is expressed and epitomized in the story of the korbanot of the Nisim, the offerings of the princes. Very simple. They brought the same thing. Why? Because we are a nation, we are together. We have one framework. However, each one of them had a completely different intent, completely different thoughts, in his mind. Technically, it was the same, but in essence, it was a different korban. That's why the Torah is bringing all the korban, because in truth, each one is different. And in the end, the collective, we are counting, because all these individuals are creating the collective, all these tribes, all these different people, different colors, they're all creating one nation. It is dangerous when you neglect a tribe, a minority, certain kind of people, if you don't give them their place, their respect, their expression. That's why the Torah is so makbid on counting every tribe, every family, every person, because l'kol ish Hashem, each person has a name. That's how we can create unity despite the diversity. So let's go back to Parshat Ba'alotcha. Aaron Cohen is lighting the menorah. The menorah has different candles, different lights. Rav Kook explains that each light is representing different ideology, different color, different people. Aaron, he was a messenger of peace, of shalom. He had the ability to create unity, to take all these different segments and sectors and tribes and direct them to the central candle, the Ner HaMa'aravi, the western candle, the western light, which was the Shekhinah, God, the essence. Aaron HaKohen had the ability to create, to form the peace, the shalom, between people, between tribes, between the different segments of the nation. But how can you bring peace? How can you be a man of peace and not a man of divisiveness and polarization? להגיד שפחו שלא שינה. Aaron did not try to change anyone. It's very easy to create unity and forcing everybody to be the same, forcing people to decline their identity, personality, forcing tribes to lose the pride of who they are. But this is something which is counterproductive. Depression, in the end of the day, destroys nation. Aaron had the ability, the sensitivity, the empathy as a leader to bring the different segments together by understanding the needs of each and every one and trying to direct them to the central channel of Beit HaMikdash, the menorah of our people, of Am Yisrael. This is kind of leadership. להגיד שפחו שלא שינה, leadership that should be praised. Not a leadership that is divisive, that is spreading hatred, that is polarizing between people, that is attacking. Rather, a leadership of peace, of unity, of harmony, despite the differences. It takes tremendous amount of empathy, sensitivity, and compassion. And this is Aaron HaKohen, that is praised, להגיד שפחו שלא שינה. Let's hope with all the chaos that is taking place in America now, that soon enough Hashem will send peace, will send the Aaron HaKohen, that person who would be able to bring people together despite the differences, with love, with respect, with harmony. להגיד שפחו שלא שינה. That's what Hillel said. הווה מתלמידיו של אהרון, be of the disciples of Aaron. אוהב שלום, רודף שלום. Love peace, pursue peace. אוהב את הבריות, love the people, don't be divisive. ומקרבן לתורה. And that's how we can bring people closer to each other and to God, to the Torah. Shabbat Shalom, בשורות טובות, and all the very best.